Welcome to Roseville Ice Arena. A spot in the state girls hockey tournament is on the line next. It's the Section 5 AA Championship. The number 3 seed, the Centennial Cougars, and the number 1 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson. Good evening, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and we started our girls hockey coverage back in December with this same matchup. Maple Grove won that time in overtime. These teams have had kind of parallel, really strong seasons, and now they find themselves in this spot playing for a trip to state.
Yeah, I really do. It's interesting. They were well matched then, and we looked at the numbers. We were talking before the game, and it's identical. You could swap the numbers for either team, and they were the same, basically. We probably couldn't find a final that had two better matched, equally matched teams here.
Great win for Centennial over their nemesis, their arch rival Blaine in the semis. That had to be a real fun night to be wearing a Cougars jersey.
Well, you know, Blaine is Blaine, and by gosh, I'll tell you what, that's a big deal for Centennial to beat them in all their sports, really. And they came through, and then now they got another big challenge here. But, you know, considering how well they played the last time we played this team, they think they got a pretty even chance of getting state.
Maple Grove had a first-round bye because of being the top seed, and their coach Amber Hagelin said came out a little bit slow against Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, but just kind of took control of that game. Kind of a workman-like 5-0 win for them in their semi.
Well, traditionally throughout the season, their first period's been the worst. They start slow all the time, and will it cost them tonight? That's the big question right now. They got to come out right off the bat. This is for the final. You can't give away a period here, so we'll see how they react to it. Centennial's been very consistent over all 3 periods of hockey throughout the year, so you better be ready to play. You're going to be down fast.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest, starting with the Cougars, and got a pair of super sophomores, including Annika Linzer, who's really lit up the scoreboard this year.
Tell you what, 62 points during the regular season for a sophomore? Oh my gosh, she's lit it up. She's got pretty good size, great speed, and good hands. Really can move it in there well, and got a good shot. We were fairly impressed with the first time we saw her around, but she's had a great season, and they'll run a lot of things through her.
And for Maple Grove, their top offensive threat has had a very strong year, Taylor Wente.
48 points during the regular season. You know what you're going to get with her. She plays both of the ends of the ice very well defensively and offensively. She kind of runs things, moves the puck very well, makes her teammates around her better. And what more can you say about a player? That's a nice thing to say. So we'll see how they work with her tonight.
Centennial's made 2 state tournament appearances, but not since 2008. Maple Grove really trying to break through. Obviously, it's different sections, different coaches, different eras, but they are 0-4 in section finals and still looking for that first trip.
Yeah, it's been a tough gig. This is a big block for them to get over. If they can get over it tonight, boy, I'll tell you, that'll be a big feather in Coach Hagelin's hat, I'll tell you, because 2 or 3 other coaches actually couldn't get it done. And they're good enough to do it, Jay. Just you hope they don't have a mental block about it. Just let's go out and play our regular game of hockey and see what happens. So should be interesting.
All right, we're going to have a good champion either way here in Section 5. The Cougars and the Crimson coming our way next here on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
And welcome back here to Roseville. A spirited crowd filing in for this one as the Cougars and Crimson get set to battle it out. That first meeting was their only meeting of the regular season. Maple Grove 3-2 win in OT at the Maple Grove Community Center. As we said, Centennial has had 2 playoff victories. Meanwhile, Maple Grove just had the semifinal win over Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. And Maple Grove, as their fans obviously know, alternated goalies for the most part, but they're going back-to-back with Coco Francis. The junior gets the call in net tonight as well, and she did not play against Centennial the first time. That may be part of it. And Coach Hagelin also just said that she felt like her strengths match up better against Centennial, that they very much feel it's a 1 and 1A situation with their goaltending. It's not a backup thing type, but going with Coco tonight, and no real surprise in that. Of course, the captain and Jurgens for Centennial. She did play in that first meeting between these two as well, and has played the bulk of their minutes this season.
Both teams have fine goaltenders. We're looking forward to a really good game here, a fast, quick game, and here we go.
We are underway. Sydney Hansen dumping it in here for Maple Grove. Battle for it behind the net, controlled there by Hannah Backman for Centennial. They're able to get it out to center. Almec sending it over. Here's Linzer. Hughes battling with Taylor Wente now. And Kampa coming in to free that puck up. Dump back out to center, and Shannon Meany will send it back in here for the Cougars. They make a quick change. Now Lauren Kaufman receiving the pass, and Wente loses it. An opportunity early. Oh, and Francis turns that one away off Allison Pitlick's backhander, as a bad turnover nearly cost Maple Grove right there. Here's Hansen. Her pass will not get out of the zone. Shot blocked by Kampa. Maple Grove has still not made a change here. Centennial, a fresh unit out, and they continue to forecheck. Now Kampa gaining control. Kampa looking to flick this one out, gets it to center. Maple Grove's going to have to hurry if they want to change up here.
Lost opportunity by Centennial there. They had him. They could have gone right back into the zone and the line change, but kind of delayed and waited on it.
Pushed into the Cougar zone by Claire McLean. Pass knocked away and back toward the corner here. And Herdeen gains control here for Maple Grove. Haley Herdeen. Tippy Hill trying to jam it in a little bit further, and now getting it ahead. Here's McLean firing. And a blocker save as Juergens gets to touch the puck for the first time tonight. Herdeen getting control, sends it back out to Hill at the point. Hill gaining control, and it's into some skates as she was really looking for a tip there. Maple Grove able to keep the puck in, however. And that pass right up the middle, deflected by a Maple Grove player, and Hill will get back to get it as both teams finishing changes now. Early going, no score on the board. One pretty decent chance for Centennial is all we've had so far. Now Hughes reads that one and intercepts it. Hughes has had a huge year as a sophomore for Centennial.
Definitely want to know where she is on the ice in your defensive zone. She'll turn it on you real quick.
Linzer throwing it in. Peyton Olson back to gather it there. Whips it around for Aaron Roll. Now Hill. And nice interception by Linzer for the Cougars. Linzer throwing it out to the front now. Alma controlling it. Looking back for Linzer. Oh, and right into the referee's skates. Linzer peeling away from Hill. Now to the front. Here's her shot. And Francis holds her ground, and now the net comes off. Good strength there by Linzer, able to win that one-on-one battle. And there's a look at Christina King. Third season as the head coach of the Cougars. She was in 3 state tournaments as a player, winning 2 championships over at Stillwater.
She's been a nice addition, has rebuilt this program and gotten back to where they are. And it's a young team, Jay. Their top 3 scorers are 2 sophomores and a freshman, so the future bodes well for them. She's really built it up, especially through the youth program.
That pass off target at center and picked off here by Centennial's Meany. Bank pass knocked down by Maya Martinez. And now carried in. Here's Kaufman shooting. Ooh, and it handcuffs Juergens a little bit on that blocker's side. They never really lost sight of it, though. There's a look at Amber Hegland. First season with Maple Grove, but was the head or co-head coach with Larry Olam when Wayzata went to the state tournament in 2005. So she has been there as a coach. She was also there as a player, but in the boys tournament when she played at Farmington High School.
I didn't know that. Good coach. It was a good chance to see her get another head coach opportunity. She spent some time with the Armstrong Cooper girls for a while, and now she's back here as a head coach, and she's got him back in the final here. See if she can get it to break loose and get Maple Grove into their first state hockey tournament.
Very relaxed here tonight, too. Now the puck intercepted. Here's Herdeen trying to go to the net. Fan on her pass. And a follow-up try trickles to the side of the net. Here they come again. Herdeen looking for an opening and throws it to the front. It's intercepted there by Meany for Centennial, and they get it back to center where Kampa will quickly regroup. McLean, Centennial trying to change, and they're a little slow to get it done. Now the pass, and Juergens sliding over. Good pass, but it kind of handcuffed Manon McMahon a little bit. You see she's open, but just down a little too deep to get a good angle for that one. A good idea by McLean, but a tough pass to handle.
Well, and into the skates, too. Probably wouldn't have counted if it had slipped through, but I'll tell you what, both goalies are getting tested early. There is a little life in Maple Grove now. They finally came a nice comeback, but looked like they were starting slow again.
Flip through center. Campa will pick it off there for Maple Grove. Good mobile defender, not particularly large, but a good hockey player, and she sees the ice well. Campa getting it ahead. It bounces off of Wente, but Kaufman plays it in, and Wente will be there first. Martinez there with her, but that pass gets away and intercepted. Here come the Cougars with Linzer. 2-on-2 on the rush. Linzer trying to go around Campa, but she held her ground enough. Linzer gets the puck back, throws it out front. Martinez, the interception. Defenseman fell, so Kaufman has a little room to work with, but a good recovery by the Cougars. Ahead to Linzer. She's all alone, though, for the moment, and she'll hammer it in the corner, and they'll finish up a line change here. 12:05 to go in the first. No score on the board. Interception by the Cougars here as LeClaire, who had the game winner against Blaine, puts it out front. And that chance goes aside. Brought into the Centennial zone, but not for long. LeClaire pushing it ahead. Haley Berg up with it. Berg shooting. And Francis will glove that one and hang on. And then Hill and Berg locking up a little bit right out front.
Well, so far, Maple Grove is just kind of, their feet aren't really moving right now. Coach Hagel's probably a little concerned about that, but Centennial really moving well and winning the one-on-one battles, Jay, mostly during this part of the first period.
Off the draw, Cougars win it. Bouncing puck, Francis directs that aside. Hill stays up on the dasher and got away from Herdeen. And now jabbed away, and Crimson able to get it on out of there. McLean carries it to the left side and will float one down low. Knocked right back out of there, though, and here's an opportunity to rush the other way with Pitlick. Pitlick carrying it to the middle, chopped at by Hansen, now shoots off the outside of the net. Campa gathering it, and Campa cannot get past Almec there. And McLean will come back with the puck for Maple Grove. This one could be an ice. I think it will be. She was not quite to the center line. And yeah, a point you brought up, both of these teams play on Olympic-sized rinks during the regular season. So a little bit of a switch. I'm sure it feels like a little bit less room to work with, particularly for a defenseman coming back to get that puck and start a breakout.
Well, the size of the rink changes, the angles and everything, and you got to be prepared for that. Now, they've each had some games on this rink, so the adjustment period probably is over, but you can tell a little bit of difference here for them.
Shot off a skate there, never made it to the net. Now here comes Kaufman for Maple Grove. Plays it around the D, a chance here. Kaufman dropping the pass by. Oh, and Jurgens had to be ready and was on that one. And Wente goes down. And in section final, it's going to have to be real obvious for it to be a penalty. And we've seen that a little bit each way so far. Kaufman will flip it in and head off on the line change.
Well, if you're going to pull somebody down, Jay, that's who you pull down, Wente.
Hill gains possession here for Maple Grove. That bank pass goes right out to center ice and flip back in. Riley Norman controlling it. They fight for it along the wall there. Got it back out to center, so Centennial has to touch up here. They'll be offside. And now Norman gaining possession for Maple Grove. You see the Crimson having to dump the puck more often probably than they would like. Centennial standing up strong.
Well, Centennial's a little bit bigger team, Jay, and that strength is shown a few times too in these one-on-one battles, and they're taking charge. Maple Grove's got to pick up the speed. They really got to start moving a little bit more, moving their legs like they can. I think they're a better skating team than Centennial.
McLean flipping it in behind the net. Herdeen trying to stop it. Now she does get the pass there from McLean. Centennial wanting badly to get it out. They didn't do so, though. Campa floats it back into the corner. Cougars need a change. And now they'll get it out to center anyway with LeClaire, one of their captains. Her shot deflected high off the glass behind Coco Francis. Campa looking for some room. She'll reverse it to Hansen. Got the pass to McMahon, and then behind Wente at center. Campa, though, follows up and is able to get the puck in deep. Good fast-paced game. Not necessarily a lot of chances so far for either club. I'd say one pretty good one each way.
Yep. A little choppy right now. I think both a little tense and just trying to get a feel from each other again, especially what you're playing for here, too.
Here's a quick shot on a blocker save there by Jurgens as Wente fired. Now another try, and that one deflects wide. Wente trying to win that puck back. Goes down, and now the pass banked around for Elena Bordeaux. And they're able to get it back out to center here where it's controlled by Kaufman. Maple Grove will have to regroup. Centennial changing their forward line. And puck dumped in. Meany will pick it up here for the Cougars. Norman keeps that puck alive in the offensive zone. Now the pass deflected away, but it goes right back to a Cougar. Nice pass there to Hughes. Hughes trying to go to the net. Francis going to pounce on that one. And then Almec knocked down, and big battle out front. We'll see if there's anything to come out of this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Uglies are coming out. Good shot here. I thought it was Wente that got that off, but then we get a little bit into the rough stuff here. And you know what? Girls can be tough too. Why not? When you crash a goalie like that, the defense is going to get a little annoyed at you, which is very typical of hockey play, and it doesn't matter if it's boys or girls.
Both teams did a pretty good job of doing their thing and then getting out of there, though, so no penalties come out of there. And it's knocked down. Here's Hughes firing and just wide. A dangerous chance there for Centennial. Maple Grove's had a few of those turnovers in their own zone. And here's Linzer knocking it down. Linzer putting it across. Good read, though, by Hansen. He has trouble getting that puck out, but does.
Nice.
And they're offside, I believe, at the line here, yes.
Two really nice plays, Linzer and number 24 for the Crimson, Sydney Hansen. I mean, good, strong plays as they, got themselves in good position and warded off the opposing player.
Off the draw. Trickles into the Centennial zone, but then sent back out to center. Norman getting it to Herdeen, and she'll relay it in. McMahon giving chase there. LeClaire trying to bank it around, and a nice pass on target to Linders. Linders sending it across, and they'll bank it on out, but intercepted at center. And now McLean circling back to control. Gets it to Riley Norman here for Maple Grove. Norman trying to bring that puck in the zone. There's a tangle of bodies there right near the blue line. Good idea by Linders there to not turn and send that puck across the middle like she originally looked like she was going to.
Yeah.
Cougars get it out. They're going to wave off icing as it went under a Maple Grove stick. LeClaire hustling after it, but now Wenny will come back to get it. Intercepted before it could get to the Centennial blue line. We've had a lot of this, back and forth, neutral zone interceptions, dump-ins, and right back out. Crimson get it to center, but then that is stopped by Meany. Meany knocked down. And center out, and the Centennial fans turn to grouse a little bit about a non-call there.
We're sitting right in the middle of the Centennial crowd. Just you can hear them behind, all around us.
Hansen picking it up here from Maple Grove. It's been a rapid first period, although not a lot of offensive zone time really for either. It's kind of been back and forth.
The first team that can find their rhythm, that can get a little flow going, I think is going to get an advantage here. It's been kind of choppy back and forth. Both teams have gotten some opportunities, but kind of individual, nothing really, a full attack of a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2.
Hughes leaving it back. Almec trying to turn the corner, shot and a goal! Cougars on the board.
Boy, what a nice shot coming in here for Almec. Boy, she really did a nice job coming through, came in, got her stick on the inside, picked up the corner. There's that freshman again of the top three scorers of that team. Nice start. The freshman gets him off to a 1-0 lead with a really nice, outstanding individual play.
She'll get her 9th goal of the season and a great time for it. Here comes Pitlick now. Centennial going back to the attack. And taken away by Wendy.
Okay, Maple Grove's got to put an answer here of some sort, Jay. Maybe not score, but they got to get it in there and push a little bit here. Ooh. You know, we talked in the pregame about, you know, Maple Grove getting off to a better start than they normally do, and so far that has not panned out. They're staying the course as they usually do, and right now it's gotten them down 1-0 against a good hockey team.
Hughes getting the assist on that goal for Centennial. Here comes McMahon now for Maple Grove. Cougars come away with it now. Hannah Backman. Herdeen trying to dig it free, but LeClaire coming back to help out for Centennial. And that pass will go past everyone, and an icing call against the Cougars. So we'll come back into the Centennial zone. So Coach King's team grabbing a 1-0 lead. And I know the last, obviously we're in a different section, it's a different year and all that, but no doubt about it that Maple Grove was out physical the last couple of years when Wayzata eliminated them. I think we're seeing that a little bit here tonight as well. When you get into some of these games like this, that can become a factor. Maple Grove's just got to play through it. Some of it is, as you said, is just sheer size disadvantage in certain matchups too, though. Well,
and this is where their evident speed hurts them being on a smaller rink. When they play on a bigger rink, it's better for them, and they're getting pushed off the puck pretty good by the Cougars.
Hughes was in offside here, so whistle to stop play here with 4:06 to go in our first period.
This first line for Centennial has really been impressive between Hughes, Linzer, and Almec. I'll tell you what, they've been pressuring all night. They're really showing their skills. If they get into a flow, Jay, they could get real dangerous and start putting the puck in the net at a regular basis.
Hill, bank pass ahead into the Centennial zone. And a takeaway, but they're offside as trapped in the zone was McLean as Katie Denicky came up with that loose puck, and she was thinking, oh, I've got an opportunity here, but teammate caught in the zone. Denicky pushing it ahead to Herdeen. And a takeaway there. Bank back toward the corner. Herdeen never gave up fighting for that one, though. McLean throwing it toward the net, but quickly grabbed up there by Claire Riley for Centennial, and now McLean. Back into the Centennial zone. Linder's up with it as both teams changing up. Linder's got chopped out a little bit by Herdeen. It's offside on the Cougars.
Like number 6, Claire McLean, got a little slow getting off the ice there. Got whacked pretty good, and have to keep an eye on that.
Martinez up with it now for Maple Grove, coming up the left side. Martinez looking out front, but boy, Centennial's doing a good job of choking off that middle. There has not been much there.
And they're just using those bodies really well to shield them off the puck, or kind of nudge the Maple Grove player off it a little bit, giving them an advantage.
Intercepted there and then taken right back. Here comes LeClaire. LeClaire on the move, and her shot off a skate. And then everyone overskates it. Jabbed out, and here's Wente trying to get to that puck, but just beaten to it. Norman hammers it back out. And kept in nicely, but then knocked away as Almec tried to turn and get a shot. She will throw it down deep. Linzer giving chase, gets there. Fanned on her pass, puts another one out front. Puck loose, and there's Francis able to shut the door as Centennial look to make it 2-0.
Almec, the freshman, planting herself in front here, getting the feed from Linzer, and watch, she's just going to stand in there and look at it. She gets her stick on it, turns herself real well as she's getting leaned on. Again, that strength right there.
Off the draw, Hughes coming away with it here for Centennial. Trying to turn the corner there. She was doubled up though and taken by Deneke. Now Herdeen back for Deneke, and a big save by Jurgens. Good opportunity there on the rush from Maple Grove, but then taken away. Here comes Linzer with Hughes. Linzer fighting off a stick check, goes to the front, and Francis just able to sweep it away as she got in real deep. Pretty calm play by the goaltender there.
Linzer showing some outstanding stick skills though. Oh my.
McLean stealing that pass, and then knocked out.
Here we
Penalty
go.
is coming up as Seppelt will go. Our first penalty of the game. Going to be a body check called against Centennial Seppelt.
There's no doubt about it on that one. Textbook body check, but you know, really overall, Jay, as much as Centennial's been using the body, this really has been the first blatant one. They've known when to back off, they've known when to let go. It's just enough to get the Crimson off the puck or get them off balance, and they've done very well with that tonight. But Maple Grove's getting their first power play here now, and they were clipping along at a 30% rate, which is a little bit better than your average power play.
Wente's line out there. Wente wins the draw to Kaufman. Back for Martinez, now Kaufman. Leaves it for Wente, now Camp out high. Back to Wente, she's dangerous, but her shot blocked by Meany. Meany, a nice job to win that puck and throw it down the rink. Wow, that's a great sequence for her. A shot block, then out muscles a player for the puck and gets the clear. Here is a Crimson rush now coming up the right side as Wente leads the way. Wente's shot, ooh, and that was a sneaky one. Under a minute to go in the period. Maple Grove on the power play, but trailing 1-0. Here's Campa shooting, and Jurgens to stop. And then Hansen gets some rough treatment out front as she was camped right in the doorstep in front of Jurgens.
Nice shot. Hansen's got to get in front of the goalie though a little bit more and block her, because I'll tell you, Jurgens has been on it tonight. You're going to have to block her out. If she sees it, she generally saves it. What's really been good, Jay, about what she's doing is she's moving rebounds out. She's not leaving them in front. She's getting kicked off to the side.
Off the draw, puck stayed loose in the circles. They tied Wente up. Kaufman gets it out of the corner now. Kaufman looking for an opening out front. A pass, and Jurgens there on the short side. Back out to Campa. Here's a shot, and Jurgens is stopping a lot of traffic. Under a half minute to go in the period. Maple Grove buzzing. Wente sliding it weak side. Nice lead though by Almec, but unable to clear it. She'll get another chance here, and not able to do so. Hansen putting it back out. 10 seconds. Across for Wente. Right back the other side for Martinez, and it's wide. Kaufman trying to get it off the wall, and the period is going to come to an end. So Maple Grove buzzing late on the power play, but Centennial gets the only goal of the period. Our score after one is Centennial 1, Maple Grove 0. We'll have first period highlights, and then our second period of this Section 5AA championship. Back. Trying to turn the corner, it's out of, trying to turn the corner, it's out of the goal.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
Welcome back here to Roseville Arena as Maple Grove and Centennial battle for the Section 5AA championship. We look at our first period highlights in this one, and starting with an opportunity here from long distance that Francis is able to scoop up for Maple Grove. Decent chance there, and Jurgens has to make a pad save for the Crimson. And then the second one deflecting wide. This one coming in on net, and we see a little bit of contesting it late there after the whistle as both teams battle out front. And Olmec scoring the only goal of the period, and it's a beauty. Watch her turn around. Campa turn the corner and snaps it home. Another look at it there from goal line angle, and a great goal there for Centennial. Shots fairly even, I thought. Didn't really reflect, definitely more of a Centennial period than a Maple Grove period that first game.
Yeah, absolutely. The strength and size. I think they got the better opportunities, if you want to call it that, and really, showed their strength, and they used that to their advantage throughout the whole period, and did a good job, and they cashed in on a beautiful play.
Maple Grove hoping that late power play gets the momentum turned their way a little bit, even though they haven't scored on it yet. Obviously, 22 seconds to go in the power play heading into period 2. Zamboni doing its thing right now. We'll be back with our second period of hockey. The winner goes to the state AA tournament here. It's Centennial 1, Maple Grove nothing after 1.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
And welcome back here to the venerable Roseville Ice Arena, kind of admiring the banners up there. Of course, girls hockey very successful at Roseville, and their boys team also 3 state appearances, but also before it was Roseville, they had Kellogg and Ramsey, and see some of their state banners up. So one of the good rinks around the Twin Cities, no doubt about it. Maple Grove on a power play, but just for another 20 seconds here as we begin our second period of play. Campa getting the pass ahead for Hansen. Carries it in and then drops it for Kaufman. Kaufman bothered there, and Hughes able to work that puck out to center. Or Linzer, rather. Penalty time is over, so Centennial back to 5 skaters as Linzer picks it up. Throws it into the corner, and Olmec will chase it down. Hansen coming out of there with it for Maple Grove. And Meany chops it back down to the corner. Campa sending it around. Martinez trying to gain control, but taken away by Olmec. Campa gets the puck right back, though, for Maple Grove. It hits Hansen's skate. Hansen chased back into the corner, now finds Kaufman. And here comes Taylor Wente. Wente goes down, and no call there. Hansen will control it. Campa sending it for Wente just off her stick. And Wente overskates it. Tippy Hill pinching in to keep the puck alive from Maple Grove.
I like that. They're going to have to do a little bit more of that, too. They got to get some charge going in this offense, the Crimson do, and I'm going to expect some stretch passes to open it up, because every time they move, there's a Centennial Cougar right there in their face.
Cougars trying to break it out, but Norman will keep it in as she hammers it off the end wall and takes a big bounce to the side of the net. Centennial a little bit bottled up here in their own zone. They've had a bit of a slow start here to the second. And that pass tipped. They're going to call it icing. It looked like it hit a Maple Grove stick, and as a lot of the Centennial fans thought as well. So a little bit of a break perhaps for the Crimson. It'll come back into the Centennial zone for this faceoff.
Well, might have been, but there's only one opinion that counts, and they're wearing the striped shirts.
The Wente line right back out there for Maple Grove. Now Campa throwing it out front. All alone is Martinez, and just wide. Centennial really lost track of her because they were concentrating on Wente down low.
Yes, they were.
Puck comes out to center. Hughes and Campa battle for it. Knocked into the Cougar zone now. Wenny trying to slide it through to Kaufman, but it hit a skate. Linders controlling, sending it across now to Gabby Hughes. Here's a shot by Linzer. Got underneath that one more than she wanted to, though, and it's right into the catching glove of Francis.
A little bit of a bouncing puck there, but a good opportunity created, but just couldn't quite get enough on it. Francis all over it. But mostly Maple Grove's come out here and started out well, Jay, and their second period has been traditionally their best period here, so they're going to have to make up some ground and, you know, get this thing tied first and then hopefully get a lead.
Taken away by Herdeen. Spins away, nice move there. Now we talked about some of the Maple Grove players being small, but Herdeen is pretty strong with the puck. Here she goes trying to get to the net. Oh, and Jurgens a save.
Nice
Big
save.
rebound given up, and then it hits the official on the way out, which just kind of an unfortunate one. Centennial really had the puck out.
Yep.
There's that shot by Herdeen. It was really actually well defended, but she got it through, and there you see it ends up being an offside, kind of inadvertently.
Well, the definition in the rule book, the referee is officially part of the rink. So
and Centennial gets control as Backman comes up, and we are going to have a penalty call right here, a high stick. And Maple Grove will get another power play. Is heading off for the Cougars is Claire Riley.
the referee was indicating with emphasis, so it probably was rather blatant per se. Take a look at 21 here.
Oh,
yeah.
Came up into McLean's chops there as trying to lift the stick, I think, and missed, and really got it up and right in front of the official too. So Maple Grove didn't score obviously on that power play at the end of the first, but they really generated a lot of pressure. That was their really only sustained pressure of the game. Here's Winnie to the front, shoots
there
and
you
scores.
go.
And we're even up at one.
Wow, what a nice play. Patience in the neutral zone to get it wide. Wente breaking. Got her one-on-one on a D. Now watch the move here. Gets it, and she'll cut inside on the D, catching her flat-footed, splits him, and then shoves it. Look at that. One of our featured player before the game, she stepped up now. They needed that goal, Jay. They needed that one pretty badly. Hopefully it'll charge them up. They started out well, but it's taken a power play to get them on the board. Now they got to start winning on the 5-on-5.
Battle for it in front of the Centennial bench here. Here's a chance the other way. Francis stops Hughes. Wow, great opportunity there for Centennial. Kaufman will get the lone assist, Wendy's 25th goal of the year. And now we've got a penalty coming right here. It's going to be a hold on Maple Grove, so Centennial will get their opportunity for a power play as Kaufman will go.
Little Lauren Kaufman going in the box. You can almost see that one coming, Jay, after 2 consecutive Maple Grove penalties. You can see it here. She gets in there and just won't let go, and then finally pile drives her down to the ice. Yeah, good call by the refs.
Here's Meany. Olmec leaving it there. Changes places with LeClaire. LeClaire trying to put it down low. Norman knocks it aside, and then they're able to bank it, but it hits Meany. Meany floating it up front. Wenny picking it off. Short-handed, look out. Taylor Wenny getting speed going. Wenny to the front, and she scores.
She got it in the 5-hole.
Wenty with a great rush and scores short-handed. Maple Grove leads it.
Whoa, the guns after, and look at this move. Wenty just pouring it on. Coming in tight, beating 2 Centennial players. Skits it in. She beats her to the post here, Jay, I think, of looking at her. I don't know if she got 5-0. Yeah, she beat her to the post. Oh my gosh.
What a fantastic play by Taylor Wente. The last minute, boy, I'll tell you what. Stepped up and leading her team. My gosh.
Right when we got to about center ice, I was thinking Linders had to be thinking, uh-oh, because she was just turning and starting to backpedal, and Wente already had some momentum.
Yeah.
Norman will get the assist on Wente's goal.
I like the fact that Crimson now, they're starting to respond physically too. They're starting to throw their bodies in the way and starting to battle Centennial after they were beaten so badly in the first period physically.
Boy, it feels like the intensity of this game really jumped a couple notches when we started to see a couple penalties and then the goal. And
yeah,
now it feels like playoff hockey here. It was kind of a sluggish start to the game as a whole, but the second period even more so.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It just the way Wente accelerated, just bringing that more energy, going to a next notch of speed, all of a sudden lifted the whole arena, the whole team up to a new level.
Backman carrying it in here for Centennials. They try and capitalize on this power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal already in this penalty situation. Backman playing it back down low. It goes off the side of the net there as the centering try from Bordeaux. Linzer gaining control, slides it out front, intercepted there though by Roll.
There's a line change.
Roll, crisscrossing, and it's taken away by Hughes. Right back the other way, 2-on-2. Penalty is over, Kaufman's out of the box, and that shot blocked up into the netting.
Whew. That was unbelievable 2 minutes. Unbelievable 2 minutes.
Wente scoring twice, just a minute, 2 apart.
And guess whose line's back out there?
Off the draw, Hill gaining control here from Maple Grove. Pass whipped ahead, and it's off the stick and sent right back in for Centennial now by Berg. LeClaire intercepting that one. Berg trying to dig it free here for the Cougars. Norman gets to the puck first for Maple Grove. And then a takeaway
nice
out near the blue line, but taken right back. Roll getting it out to center and then sent right back in. Hill controlling for Maple Grove. And then taken back by Pitlick the other way. Pitlick carries it in deep. Turns back the other way. It gets off the skate of Riley, but Pitlick gets it back, puts it out front. Now it comes out to Linzer, and that shot goes wide. All of a sudden, both teams getting a lot more chances than we were seeing earlier. Dumped in for the Crimson, and they will head off on a change. Game was turned in a hurry here as Maple Grove went from down 1-0 to up 2-1. Herdeen tipping it ahead. Here's Deneke, has Herdeen with her. And it just chopped away from Herdeen, who then collided with Juergens.
Wow.
Now back the other way. Here come the Cougars. Linzer. And her shot blocked as they were changing. Now a bouncing puck goes right through. Olmec can't keep it in, and Bordeaux will turn and throw it back into the Maple Grove zone. Campa picking it up. And it comes loose to Herdeen off a skate as she tried to feed Deneke. Here's Hughes. She can really motor. Hughes has it tipped away though. Now here comes Wente. Lost a glove and throws it toward the net. Wente circles back to get her glove back on. And now a nice pass ahead. Here comes Hughes. Looks a little tired right now. And got the puck in deep.
This line's been out here for a long time for the Cougars. Their number one line.
Olmec, who has Centennial's goal. Knocked back toward Kaufman now for Maple Grove. Tipped through center. Meany giving chase. Martinez pursuing her. Had hopped over Wenny's stick, and now LeClaire back the other way for Centennial. LeClaire straight up the middle, and that shot blocked, and Francis ranging out to her left, diving toward that one. Might have been an issue if she couldn't quite reach it there. I'm not sure that was kind of an aggressive play to go diving after that.
Well, they just wanted to calm things down a little bit. We got a little bit of fire wagon hockey going on here right now, up and down, up and down, up and down. The puck is bouncing a lot. I'm wondering if it's a little bit warmer in this building. It's a fairly big crowd here tonight. And
it is, but it's cold enough outside that you wouldn't think that would be an issue. It doesn't feel that warm to me, I'll tell you that.
I thought it was just me. I'm old, so I can't gauge it.
And this one will slide in. Jurgens able to stop it as Peyton Olsen tried to drag it around the D. And
you know, there's flow now, though, Jay. We were missing that in the first period. A couple goals kind of got things loosened up, and both teams are tending to move the puck a little bit more and creating more opportunities, like you said. This is a little bit better brand of hockey, and I think both these teams want to play it this way now.
Don't you feel like, to a certain extent, the nerves were carrying on for a long time, and now they're just like, well, this is hockey, and you forget about where you're at in terms of it being an important section final, and you just go out and play.
Yeah, it's just got to be. It's just another hockey game.
Tipped in by the Crimson. Here's Roll trying to get to it. Nice job by Linders to protect the puck, but they can't get it out. And here comes Kaufman off the wall with it. Throwing it to the front, but Wenny was all tied up. Now a long pass across. Hansen getting there first for Maple Grove. Kaufman calling for it. And Kaufman will play that puck in deep. Pitlick stopped there as she tried to get out. Now Hughes coming up with it for Centennial. Hughes trying to drag it around Campa, but it didn't happen. Now Wenny gets control here, floating it to Martinez. Martinez a shot. And a nice glove catch by Jurgens there. That one kind of coming out of nowhere. Martinez gaining control and then letting it rip.
Let's see where Jurgens is standing here. Yeah, she's on the top of her crease. Nice play. She's on it. She's playing good position. That came pretty quick off of Martinez's stick. She let that go fast. Now we're getting an idea what both these teams are about. They're connecting on passes, both of them, and moving the puck up and down.
Off the draw, it's sent toward the front. Oh! Wow, Meany was a little nonchalant in front, and it was knocked off her stick, but Jurgens was ready. Norman sends it to the corner. Now here's Herdeen putting it up front. And a pad save by Jurgens there. Now nice. LeClaire able to send it in deep here for Centennial. Definitely been more of a Maple Grove period after Centennial. I thought had a little bit the better of it in the first. Norman's pass picked off by LeClaire. Herdeen receiving that one. They almost gave it away. And now a penalty is coming up here against the Cougars. McLean's pass
there we go.
Over to Herdeen. Extra attacker on for Maple Grove. Pad save there, and now the Cougars will get the puck, and we will get our penalty called against Centennial as a trip will be issued. And heading to the box for Centennial is Olsen. Right here, she and Herdeen got locked up, and I think, you know, the consensus of the Centennial fans is that you saw the second thing that happened because Herdeen had kind of, used her elbow or arm to ward her off.
Well, and then, Coach King is not happy with that call, and she's kind of giving a little voice to it, and guys, got to look at it both ways. But you and I have seen, Jay, that if a stick's involved, generally it goes to the person who's wielding the stick in that situation. So I think she's got a bit of a legitimate gripe, though.
Third penalty call on Centennial in the game. Maple Grove has had one. Maple Grove has one power play and one shorthanded goal, so special teams have definitely been in their favor. Here's Kaufman. Puts it out front. Oh, and it just trickled away from Wente. Hansen behind Martinez and down the rink. Campa back to pick it up. Hughes tugging at her a little bit. Campa throws it across for Martinez. Got it into the zone, but not much farther. And they'll have to regroup. Campa. Kaufman back across to Campa. Campa will carry it in. Circles the Cougars net here, looking for Martinez out high in the slot. Martinez putting it up front, deflected, and then a save by Juergens as Kaufman made a diving try at it. Hansen back to Martinez. A lot of action away from the puck. Here's a shot, knocked down.
Nice block.
Linzer couldn't get it out though. Campa, nice job to keep it in. Here's Kaufman. Boy, they're really battling in front of the net. Wente looks down low to Kaufman, now trying to get a return to her.
Oh, nice play.
And that one knocked away.
Nice block, though. Centennial's defense, like I said, they're battling in front, did a nice job that time.
Long pass and Wente on a breakaway. Wente for the hat trick, hits the pipe. And now Deneke controlling. 20 seconds still in the power play. Good alert play by Francis, the goalie, to jump up and throw that pass ahead, and Wente a breakaway, but hit the pipe. And now the Cougars get it clear. Campa catches it at head height, and Deneke to McLean. Penalty just about to expire. Here's a shot, knocked down, still loose in front. It's under Norman, but stayed alive. Penalty is over. Here's Deneke, a high shot, and Juergens has to be ready for that one. Wow, if the first period didn't have a whole lot going for it excitement-wise, we've made up for it here.
What a great pass up front. Wide awake, alert Francis. Nice job getting it up to Wente. And just off the pipe. Could have been 3-1. Juergens, I thought, though, she's been really good on this penalty kill. She's made the stop she's had to. She's in control. She knows what she's doing with her pads and her glove.
Flipped out by LeClaire. Now Hill chasing it down for Maple Grove. Centennial, after killing that penalty off, you kind of see an extra jump in their step again now too.
I don't think they're going to crawl up and go away, Jay. I think they're going to be right back in this game. No problem.
Not. That's what we said coming in. I mean, these are teams, you look at the record they've had playing, many of or much of the same schedule, and they played that OT game earlier. I mean, no reason to believe this wouldn't be a close game.
Oh, absolutely. But now, the thing I like about both teams are playing the way they play hockey, and it's fun to watch.
Here's an opportunity. Linzer, though, has it get away from her a little bit. Gets it down low to Hughes, though. Hughes looking across for Linzer, but it was knocked away. And they'll have to regroup. Wente comes in and wins that puck.
Oh, there was an obvious call, and I think the refs are going to about had enough of calling penalties on Centennial right now.
Cougars will turn and hammer it out, and an icing call will get a face-off in the Centennial zone. 2:06 to go here in this second period. Amber Hegland's team has put a couple up here. Wente back-to-back goals, a little over a minute apart. One on a power play, one shorthanded.
And she's pulling that Wente line off again, too. They've had a lot of ice time in this period between the power play and regular shifts. And that second line came out and played really well after that power play. Let him play a little bit.
Here's Pitlick getting the pass ahead. Olsen trying to get it around Campa. And sent out front. Francis able to get her stick out and deflect that one. Thrown back around, and now Maple Grove trying to break it out, but they just have to sweep it to center. Riley will throw it back in. Campa gaining control for the Crimson. Hansen got the pass away. Now Wente. Here's a big slapper, but blocked by Tashner. Wente getting control behind the net. And this one will be called.
They got it finally. I mean, there's just been too much of this going on.
LeClaire is going to go for a trip.
There could have been about 4 or 5 of them right there.
Right. That one was not called, the one we just saw there. Comes out front, Hansen's backhander trickling wide. Now Martinez across, Wente putting it out front, here's a tip. Oh! It might have been another pipe or else just wide on the second redirection. Martinez back across for Kaufman. Wraparound is in.
Lauren Kaufman with the wraparound. Beautiful puck movement by the Crimson, just back and forth. They got it across the rink a number of times, but got down below here. Martinez gets it, brings it across to Kaufman, who whiffs on it, but stays after it. Basically follows the rebound and has enough to get it in and shot back into the puck on a wraparound situation. Catching Juergens down.
Kaufman will net her 15th of the season. Another power play goal for Maple Grove. They're up 3-1.
Kaufman kind of sneaks up on it. She didn't have much for first period. All of a sudden, she stepped it up this period and is playing very well for the Crimson. Gets rewarded with a nice goal.
Deneke to McLean. Stopped at the Centennial blue line, and they're offside here.
You realize there's 35 seconds left in this period? Where did it go? My gosh, been a fast period here.
Hansen and Martinez will get the assist on Kaufman's 15th of the year, so 3-1 game. All goals on a specialty teams here for Maple Grove. 2 power play, 1 shorthanded. Tipped in by Linzer. Norman getting to it first, got it to Deneke, but it squirts away from her. Then it overskated by Hughes as Hughes being tied up. Here's Deneke floating a nice pass to Herdeen. Herdeen looking back for Deneke, but it hops over her stick. 5 seconds to go in the period. And it's going to go wide of the mark, and the second period comes to an end, and it was a great one for Maple Grove, the top seed. They score the only 3 goals of the period, so what a change from our first intermission. Our score after 2 is the Crimson 3, the Cougars 1. We'll be back to Roseville Arena in just a moment.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Well, quite a difference, as we said, from first intermission to the second. Maple Grove was down 1-0 after 1. They are now ahead 3-1. And we'll check out our second period highlights. It was mostly a Maple Grove period. Centennial took 3 penalties in the period, too. Here's Wente getting them on the board with a great move and fires the shot home on a power play. And tied it up at 1-1 early in the period. And then just over a minute later, shorthanded, Wente goes back to work and is able to tuck that one in as she hits the deck. You can see how fired up they were at that point. Made it 2-1 in favor of the Crimson. Then Francis springing Wente on a breakaway as Centennial was changing, and she almost made it 3 straight. Beat Juergens, but hit the far post. And then here's Maple Grove's third goal. Kaufman knocks it wide, but then wrapping it around. Centennial trying to scramble back in position, it goes off a stick and in. And the shots in the second period were pretty heavily in favor of Maple Grove, so they have a 25-13 edge through 2. You see the power plays have been big as Centennial's taken 4 penalties, and twice Maple Grove has converted. Well, should be a great third period coming up. Maple Grove trying to win its first section title. Centennial looking to rally in period number 3. We'll be back to Roseville Arena on 12 Sports in just a moment.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
One period left here in the Section 5 AA Championship. And Maple Grove holding a 3-1 lead over Centennial. Very different 2 periods, Dan. The first one I thought, there just was kind of back and forth, but not a lot of flow to it. And all of a sudden it just seemed like the lights, came on and both teams really started to go.
Yeah, and the second period is way fun to watch. You can see both teams connecting on things, making plays, some great individual efforts, but both teams playing like they can play. But I don't think I've ever watched a girls hockey game as physical as this one's been. Boy, I'll tell you, there's been some body knocking in this game.
And obviously, as we said, special teams have been a big thing in this contest.
It'd be interesting to see if it happens to turn into a 1-goal game, where the whistles of the referees go.
Controlled here by Kampa, throws it across to Hansen. And back for Kampa, and they'll play catch around. Linzer grabbing it for the Cougars, taken away by Martinez. Martinez is all alone, gets the shot, it was blocked. Follow-up try, Juergens is saved. And Maple Grove, that second line, was just arriving on the scene, and then the puck came loose there for a moment.
Well, Martinez just was not going to let this go. Block shot goes, gets real, and takes another shot, and watch, he's going to try and get back in there again. Just working it, making Juergens work right off the bat.
Pitlick up with it here for Centennial. Pushes it to the corner. Olsen battling there with Norman. Hill got to be a little careful with that cross check there. They fight for it. Finally, the puck comes free, and Herdeen getting it to McLean. Now Deneke, one-on-one. Deneke shooting, stick save. Oh, the rebound
right there.
hopped over McLean's stick. It would have been an empty net to shoot at. And then thrown into the Maple Grove zone. Francis out to stop it there. Gets away from Norman briefly. Knocked back down to the corner there by Almick. Martinez around for Kaufman. Hill trying to dig that puck out of there. Now Hughes comes in to help for Centennial. Right back for Linzer. Linzer shooting, and Francis covers up the short side well. Linzer, dangerous shooter, tried to sneak it in up high.
Just a great opportunity here in the other end, and just bounced, just would have had it. That would have made it a 3-goal differential here. And Linzer, good for Linzer. This Centennial's got to start throwing rubber at Francis as much as they possibly can. And good start there, and they finally got some momentum in the Maple Grove zone, asserted themselves after giving up an opportunity, and went to work. And Linzer knowing what to do. You got to throw rubber at the puck, because it ain't going to go in unless you do it. So.
Off the draw, Cougars briefly had control. Now Kaufman getting it out. Long race foot. She has Martinez with her. Kaufman to Martinez. Oh, and she hit Juergens with it. Really was about half the net to shoot at, and she put it right into Juergens. Now we get a hand pass call here. So Maple Grove, a near miss.
Look at this pass, just beautiful. And Martinez just couldn't get it a little more left. But what a pass by Kaufman there. Nice play.
Great stop by Juergens. Boy, if she doesn't make that save, you fall behind by 3. in the third period, you might start to really question whether you can come back, but did a good job with that one. Kashner playing it behind Hughes, putting it out front. Olmec had her stick tied up though by Kampa. Hoffman lost it. Wente will regroup. Pass ahead, intercepted by Linzer. Knocked from her, but then sent back in. Kampa picks it up here for the Crimson. And Hughes takes it away. Hughes going to the front, but lost it. Hughes circling around, drops it for Backman. She'll relay it down deep. Cougars nearly collided there. Now thrown across the slot and all the way through. Hughes now getting off after a long change. And we're going to get another penalty called on Centennial as Berg delivered a check.
That wasn't even close to being, nondescript. That was like, I've got you and I'm taking you out. Boy, you got to just, you got to get your 2 goals down. You can't be doing that. You can't, you can play physically, but boy, not that blatant, for heaven's sakes. Stay out of the box, and Maple Grove's killed you on their power plays.
Kaufman back to Wente. Here's Kampa. Whoops, a little indecisive there and lost it. So Berg for a check at 3:10, and as Dan said, really no doubt about it. Here's Wente speeding up the right side for Maple Grove. Has a pair of goals. Wente circles the net. Sliding it across for Martinez. Back to Taylor Wente. Wente drops it to Kampa, and then it hit a skate on the pass. Martinez up with it. Around to Wente. Down low with it, deflected to the corner. Maple Grove may be being a little too cautious here. I think they could stand to look to attack a little more, even if that means shooting from a little distance. Kampa stopping it. Now Wente. Leaves it for Kampa, and then across to Kaufman. Kaufman's pass right into the skates of Linzer. And now Hansen will get it into the offensive zone for Maple Grove. To Herdeen. Kampa at the top, firing. Ooh, and that one deflects just wide.
And just like you said, Kampa decided, yeah, we got to get a shot on goal here and see what happens. Good play.
Kampa back to pick it up behind the net here for Maple Grove. Left wing to Herdeen. Haley Herdeen into the Centennial zone. Herdeen to the net, fires and blocked. I think it was Meany, the defenseman, who got a piece of that with her stick. Thrown toward the net. Meany stops that one.
Oh, they slipped on some behind. Oh, they almost had it.
Looking for Hughes to spring her along there shorthanded. Penalty just about to expire. Cougars back to full strength. There's a shot blocked by Hill. Norman getting it ahead to center. McLean banking it to Deneke. Deneke shooting, and a stop by Jurgens. Maple Grove has just skated so much better in the second and third periods than they were in the first.
Yeah, they've really gotten their confidence back in their skating. They're not worried about being hit now. They're just skating around it or through it. They get knocked down, no big deal. They get up, and they've been moving the puck to each other really well, though, Jay. That's been a real nice thing to watch.
Hill will bank it back in.
The key in this period for the Crimson is don't do something stupid. Play smart. Keep 2 defense back at all times. Take your shots when you get at it, but don't let Centennial get some good opportunities here. Play smart, and most importantly, stay out of the box.
Linder's picking it up here for Centennial. That pass hits a skate. She'll get it into the zone, but right back out. Centennial caught on a change. Nice little drop pass here, and the shot kicked out of there as Roll took the attempt there for Maple Grove. Their third line getting a shift. Now Linder's back for Centennial to Linzer. Linzer carrying it in. Puts it out front, kicked aside by Hansen. Puck still loose though. Back to the point. Meany shooting, and that one hits a body in front. Linzer trying to leave it there for Almec, but the Crimson get it. Kaufman back out to center. Banked ahead into the Maple Grove line where Hansen comes up with the puck. 10-10 to go in the third. Maple Grove leading 3-1. Nice interception by Meany at center. Hansen will bank it around for Campa. Campa throwing it back to center.
You will see Campa do a lot of that this period. Just get it out of the zone. Make them regroup. Make them start over, and they won't get an icing.
Backman carrying it in here for the Cougars. Putting it out front. Good back check, though. And Martinez now will lead the rush the other way for Maple Grove. They're changing behind her. Down she goes, but Backman will come up with it. Backman back the other way for Centennial. And has to flip it in. She and LeClaire weren't quite on the same page there. Shot toward the net, but knocked down. Norman. LeClaire intercepting that. Olsen throwing it toward the net. Francis sticking that one aside. Now McLean coming hard up the left wing for Maple Grove. She'll throw it on in. LeClaire reversing it back the other way now for Centennial. Banking it to center. Norman will turn and flip it back in. And now Deneke almost came up with that one. It goes to the corner. Fresh off the bench, Kaufman firing right into her teammate Deneke. And now here comes Hughes. Hughes, 1 against 3 though, so she circles back, leaves it for Linzer. Linzer right out front for Hughes. Great save, Francis.
Wow.
Big stop for Coco Francis right there. Here's Meany. Back across for Olmec. Winnie gaining control. Winnie just trying to get it out, but couldn't. Hughes leaving it there. Olmec a shot. Francis will glove it and hang on.
Oh, look at this save coming up here. Being coming through and just a quick shot up there, and she was right there for it. Good positioning. And a nice try on that rebound there too. But that was a big save, and they were going to need one. They'll probably need a couple more yet before this game's over.
Well,
Francis.
All the Maple Grove players who were out there took their turn one by one, congratulating, because they know that was huge.
And what a beautiful setup by Centennial.
Cougars looking to go back on the attack, but broken up at the line, and they'll have to regroup. LeClaire back for Meany. Under 8 minutes to play in this one. Centennial, I think, you know, for their sake to have a good opportunity, probably going to need to get one soon. Pitlick shooting just wide, and then Norman slid across in front of her, and Pitlick catapults over. And there's a good long shot, and Francis a save. And things getting physical after every exchange in front.
Well, it's been a physical game, and I would expect, you know, something like that. But yeah, there we go again. Not intentional, just the player went down and she tripped over it. But, you know, every little thing now is going to heighten that emotion a little bit more here. Both teams got to keep their heads here. I mean, Centennial especially, they can't afford to go in the box. So keep your heads, play your game. And we're going to be seeing a lot of this Hughes line over the next 7.5 minutes here.
Off the draw, Maple Grove gets control. Here's Kaufman. Kaufman has deceptive speed. Look at her go to the net. Kaufman a shot. Juergens a save. The rebound, and boy, it was close to going in. And Juergens scrambling to get her stick back. Still doesn't have it. And they can't quite get it out. Juergens at least gets her stick. Now Martinez. Down low for Wente. Oh, what a great glove save there by Juergens. She has no more margin for error. Can't really afford to let any more in, and she's been strong here in the third. Backman dropping it for Linzer. Linzer trying to drag it to the front. Wendy knocked it away. Ooh, and then a high stick or cross check by LeClaire, but they didn't see it or chose not to see it anyway. Now we will get a penalty on Wendy. Linzer was hauled down. And a big battle in front as things really getting physical. And Centennial's going to get a power play as Wenty will go for a trip.
Well, you know that sooner or later that had to happen here. That legitimate. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, she just tripped and fell. Oh, okay. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I mean, when Maples goes have the majority of it, Coach Hedlund is not happy with that call at all.
So a power play for the Cougars and a crucial one, obviously, with where we're at in the game. We're going to have a timeout taken here by Centennial. Yep. About 6:25 to go in the game, and Coach King realizing that, you know, when you're down 2, it's a little different than down 1, so they feel this is a golden opportunity to get back into it right here and want to have a really good power play.
Well, it's 6.5 minutes, you know, you really got to make this thing roll, and they really, I mean, they've had a shorthanded goal scored against them tonight so far, so they're going to have to guard against that. Of course, Wenty is the one in the box, and that's really key because she's a crucial penalty killer for the Maple Grove Crimson. So the rest of the team's going to have to, you know, tighten up in front. The Crimson are. France is going to have to be good on this. If they can maintain this 2-goal lead through this penalty, it bodes well for them, and I think gives them a little bit more energy because Centennial will expend everything they got to get a goal here.
A lot of Blaine letter jackets over there, and they're, I guess, hard to say for sure, but it appears as though they are pro Maple Grove here tonight after they lost to Centennial.
A little bitterness, I suppose. There's a few Anokas over there, too. It's good to see a pretty full crowd here in the building tonight. A lot of people standing around the rink and up in this little balcony they have in the end here at Roseville Arena. One of the, how do I say it, old school arenas here where old-time hockey was played for many years with the Ramsey Rams, and as you were making allusions to. So it's kind of fun to be in here and watching a girls section final. Here we go.
Big penalty kill for Maple Grove. Big power play for Centennial as they trail it 3-1. They pop one in here, and they're, you know, still in pretty decent shape.
Oh yeah.
Down low, Riley getting control here for Centennial. Looks to Hughes. Riley throwing it out front. It goes all the way through. Linzer back around for Hughes. Riley giving it back to Hughes. Backman at the top. Linzer. Now Backman wants Hughes with it down low. Hughes looking for an opening. Comes to the high slot. Shooting! Francis the stop, and they're able to keep it out. Then Backman throws it all the way through. Deneke trying to get that puck out and does. Big play there.
Oh, huge.
Backman circling back here, makes the long pass. Hansen up to challenge. It's carried in though by Linzer. Now it's Riley throwing it back around to Hughes. Around past Linzer. Hughes comes behind the net here for the Cougars, trying to put it out front. Campa blocked that. Hughes then runs into the referee. Campa unable to clear it though on the first try anyway, and can't get it out here either. Under a half minute to go though in the power play. So far not much doing for the Cougars, and knocked out to center. Here comes Hughes. Hughes will flick it into the corner. Backman in pressuring, but Hansen wins that puck and is able to bank it all the way down. Under 5 to go, so it looks like Maple Grove has killed off this big penalty. Here comes LeClaire right down the slot, and they converge late, and down she goes. Another penalty coming up on the Crimson. LeClaire attacking toward the net and is able to draw a penalty, so Centennial will go right back on the power play.
You see it coming through here, Yeah, it gets that stick up.
And it'll be a holding call against Herdeen.
Oh, there's a person behind him. Okay. Yanks her down. Good. Tried to split the D there coming in. LeClaire did a nice job of it and drew a penalty here. So Centennial's got to shoot more in this power play, Jay. They didn't get a lot of shots off of that last power play. Trying to fancy it a little bit too much. Sometimes just wing it and let her go.
And here comes Wente, shorthanded, 1 against 2, but she's dangerous. Wente, a nice toe tag tried to, and Linzer
nice play.
makes the play. And we're going to have another penalty coming up right here.
At Centennial.
Yeah, as Wente was chasing the play down, and she was interfered with.
Yeah.
So Hughes will go off right there. Hughes cut in front to knock her off, and that's actually a pretty good call.
That hurts Centennial because that's Hughes, one of their better players. She's been their leading scorer throughout the year. And turn of events here. So we're going to play a little 4-on-4 here for a minute 40. We'll see which team has the advantage in that.
Meany carrying it up ice here for the Cougars. Norman forces her to the wall here. 3:45 to go in the hockey game. 3-1 Maple Grove. And Wente able to come out of there with it. Kicks it to her stick. Chopped away from her, but Martinez follows up and sends it back in deep. Kashner there to play it for Centennial.
Every time that puck goes back behind that goal line, Centennial's in. That's a win for Maple Grove.
Linzer carrying the puck deep. Around behind the net. Spinning away from Hill. Linzer to the front. Shoots. Francis is saved. And then Wente up with the rebound. Passes it to herself. She's at the end of a long shift, but still seems to have enough. And then fires and a blocker save. Back across to Pitlick. She shoots, and Francis watches that one into her glove and will hang on with 2:45 to play.
See a good move here by Lindsay. She comes in, she's going to cut to the front of the net, fairly obvious. Defense cuts off her angle, but she still gets a good shot off on the short side. And, Pitlick here, that's the idea. You got to get some shots on net and make Francis make the save.
Wide of the mark here. Deneke trying to chop it out and does so. We're still 4-on-4. Bordeaux back to play it here for the Cougars. Back to the line. Here's Campa throwing it across. And Hansen able to hammer it on in. Herdeen is out of the box, so Maple Grove now with a power play for a short time here. Out to Campa. Campa dropping it for Herdeen. Herdeen carrying it in. Trying to get things set up here. Penalty is over to Centennial's Hughes now, so they're back to full strength. Here comes Herdeen walking in, puts it out front. And they never got a shot on the first try, and then it's knocked down. And they were trying to spring Hughes, who's been sitting there stewing for 2 minutes and was ready to go. Back across, Backman banks it out to center, but Hansen was there. And back to the Centennial line here. Time winding down on Centennial here as we're down to 1.5 minutes to play. Still down by 2 goals. And here comes Hughes. Hughes on the rush, waiting for help to come back with her. Flips it behind the net, goes to get it herself. Here's Hughes.
Goalie gone.
Kashner shooting, and Francis is saved. So an empty net now. 6th attacker on for Centennial. And again, they have already used their timeout. Otherwise, you might see one here for them. Minute 11, all that remains now for Centennial and Maple Grove. Here's a time where you don't even really want to look at the clock, I don't think, if you're Maple Grove too much. You just want to keep doing what you're doing. Don't start to think ahead about anything.
No, you still got a lot of hockey to play. 2 goals can be scored quickly, especially by the Centennial team.
So they're going to have to play it smart, keep everything to the side. Don't let him get a clear look at it. Then Coco Francis just play your position like you've been playing it all night. She's done very well that way.
And it'll be Francis gloving this one again.
And I like that play. Whether it was going to go in or not, she's freezing it. Just take control of the situation and just don't give them an opening.
Off the draw, puck stays in the circle as they battle for it. Under a minute to go here in the third. Maple Grove 60 seconds away from its first trip to state. And Hughes knocked down, but will play on, and Kaufman has Wente with her and missed the empty net, but follow-up try is in for Taylor Wente, the hat trick. And Maple Grove now up 4-1.
And that might be your proverbial dagger, Jay, right there, to steal a line from a favorite announcer of mine. Nice play. A good for Wendy just following up. Crimson, good comeback after really not a very good first period here. And just came out, and I think they've dominated the second period, and it's been fabulous for the last two periods. And by gosh, there's a pretty good chance Maple Grove's going to be going to state here.
Officials quickly cleaning up the hats as I give credit, they're all paying attention to know that's her hat trick goal. And
she's had an outstanding game. She got him off the snuff with a beautiful goal to start, get the game tied, and then she got that beautiful shorthanded goal and just a raw burst of speed and skill.
Here comes Hughes. Whoa, and she nearly put that one away. Francis reaches out with the glove and able to haul it in.
Well, someone's not dead yet. They're coming at her after. Nice shot by Hughes there.
32 ticks on the clock here. Maple Grove getting ready to celebrate. Bouncing puck goes across. LeClaire with it here for the Cougars. Net is still empty. They throw it back into the Maple Grove zone. Hill hammers it on out, and it was tipped, so no icing here. Under 10 seconds to play. And Pitlick getting it for Hughes. Hughes firing a shot, knocked aside. Buzzer sounds, and Maple Grove is headed to state.
How fun is that? Just how fun is that? Wow, after 4 tries in the section final, they finally break through. Nice job by the Crimson. A good comeback tonight. Really did a nice job in playing very hard in the last two periods to get themselves to state for the very first time. A well-deserved win for the Crimson, Jay.
Strong first period by Centennial, but penalty troubles kind of caught up with them a little bit, and Maple Grove able to score the final 4 goals of the game, 3 of them by Wente. And an excellent season for Centennial will come to an end here tonight, and Maple Grove, as we said, first time in school history going to play on into that state tournament. So we will come back here to wrap things up from Roseville Ice Arena. Your Section 5 AA champion, the Maple Grove Crimson. We'll be right back.
Spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to Roseville, and Maple Grove is headed to the state tournament for the first time in girls hockey as they win going away here, beating Centennial by a 4-1 score. And we're joined by a couple of the Crimson that helped to make it happen, starting with Lauren Kaufman getting a goal tonight. And how exciting was tonight? I know you guys have been working toward this these last couple of years, and now to achieve it and win the section title, how big of a night is it for you?
We were ready for this, and as a team we played amazing together, and we've been trying to do this together the whole year, and I definitely think we did that together.
We saw you guys play Centennial very early in the season. We knew it would be a fairly even matchup. What do you feel like turned things around for you guys in that second period?
I think confidence. We knew that we needed to play our game and hold the puck when we had the chances and play as a team and just do what we know how to do.
Obviously, most of them were long before you guys were on the varsity, but Maple Grove had been 0-4 in section finals. Was that something that you guys talked about, trying to get over the hump at all, or was that just ancient history?
Yeah, not really. I think we just wanted to start fresh and try something new, and I think that worked.
Heading into the state tournament, I know you've played, some of the best teams in the state already this year. How do you feel about the opportunities, for your team going forward here?
Oh, I think we can do it, and I think that we just have to keep working hard and stay together, and good things will come.
Well, congratulations on a great win here tonight, and enjoy the state tournament.
Thank you.
And Coco Francis had to make some big stops here tonight. How did you feel in that? Did you feel pretty confident all game long?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. My defense was doing really good. They were helping me out and getting low scoring, like shots from below the hash mark, so it was a lot easier for me.
I thought your team played, not an especially strong first period, but what did you talk about in that first intermission to kind of get everybody jump started for period two?
We just talked about calming down and just playing our game, and then we went out with a bunch of confidence and just played our game.
How much fun is it to be in that in a big game like this, a pressure game? Do you like that on your shoulders when they're coming at you strong in that third period?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's fun to just play with my teammates out there and just have a blast while playing hard.
Maple Grove girls hockey's been around now for just about 20 years. This is the first time breaking through. Is this a good feeling, not just for this current group, but just for everybody who's ever been part of this program to be the first to do it?
Yeah, words can't describe how great of a feeling this is.
All right, congratulations, and good luck in that state tournament. Have fun.
Thank you.
All right, Coco Francis back stopping the Crimson to the Section 5 championship here tonight as they win it over Centennial by a score of 4-1. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, that'll do it from Roseville Arena. Congratulations to Maple Grove, headed to state for the first time with this win.